Good morning, everybody. So glad you're able to join me today. We're going to be doing a flow that focuses on the top half of the body. It's going to be grounding. We're going to do a lot of stretching and releasing. We're going to hopefully do a little bit of balance work too towards the end. So look around your mat. Make sure that you have space to move. Maybe grab your blocks or some books. Maybe if you can find 2 books about the same size and put them near the top of your mat. And then if you'd like to grab any kind of props to use at the end for Shavasana, just have them nearby, maybe a blanket, whatever you're feeling. And then we're ready. We're just gonna start to settle into the space. Maybe finding your easy seat in the middle of the mat, and then maybe allowing your eyes to soften onto the floor in front of you. And maybe they come all the way to a close. Taking a minute to notice your breath. Just taking note of your inhales and your exhales. Bringing our awareness to the body. Maybe even inviting in a gentle scan from the top of the head, down through your toes. Maybe asking, am I holding tension anywhere? Can I release it a little bit? Maybe one hand comes on your torso, one hand on your chest. Feeling the way that the breath expands the body. Feeling the way that each exhale sends that energy through the body all the way to the tips of the fingers, the tips of the toes. If you didn't arrive on the mat with an intention today, I'd like to offer this one of meeting ourselves where we are and letting go of expectations of the way we think something should be. Our bodies are wonderful and beautiful, just the way they are. Offering compassion for our bodies that do so much for us every single day. And maybe even thankfulness. Maybe your hands come to the tops of your knees. Taking one deep breath in, filling the lower abdomen. Exhaling it out, maybe even an open mouth exhale. Another deep breath in. Exhaling, wide open mouth. One last one. Inhaling deeply. Exhale. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed for this, or you can allow them to flutter open. We're going to take some seated cat-cows. So with your next inhale, we'll come forward, tipping your nose up, back is rounding, arching, heart is open, dropping the ears away, the shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, reverse it, coming into this rounded front body. Inhale, coming forward, nose tips up to ceiling. Exhale, rounding back. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. You're welcome to make this movement as dynamic or as minimal as your body is asking for. Meet it where it is. Go ahead and do 2 more at the pace of your own breath. And then settling back into stillness. If you haven't already, maybe you allow your eyes to flutter open, coming back into the space. Beautiful. And then if your feet are crossed, maybe you take a minute to switch the cross of your legs. Just giving the other side an opportunity, still making sure that our sits bones are grounded on the floor. Beautiful. Next, we're going to plant the left hand on the floor next to us. I know sometimes our hands don't come all the way to the floor, so if you would like to bring your hand to a block, you're welcome to. Or if you're wanting to use a block to go deeper into this side bend, you're welcome to. Once the left hand or elbow are planted, we're going to sweep the right arm up, coming into a side bend. Beautiful. Option here to turn just very slightly, opening the heart up towards the ceiling. Chin tilts towards the ceiling. And then with our next exhale, we're going to come to the diagonal across your left knee, coming to the floor, or maybe again to another block. We're thinking about hinging from the hips, but it's a very loose kind of stretch. You don't have to stay rigid. You can bend into it and fall in a little bit. Inhale, rising up. Sweep the left arm up over the head, reaching up with one arm. Beautiful. Then exhale, twist. Bring that left arm. I'm sorry, I'm saying left. I mean right arm on top of your left knee. Inhale, stretching up. Exhale, twist. Maybe each inhale guides you up a little bit more. Maybe each exhale guides you a little bit deeper into the stretch. Inhale back through center, this time sweeping both arms up over the head or as far as is comfortable. Maybe your arms stop here, maybe they stop here, maybe they come up, and then fold forward. Beautiful. Hands can come to the floor or they can come on top of blocks. We're hinging from the hips, but we can also melt into it a bit. And while we're here, just thinking about allowing those shoulders to drop away from the ears, making a long line through the top of the head, feeling that beautiful sensation in the body. Inhale, rise up. Beautiful. I'm going to switch the cross of my legs again for the other side, just to keep my legs moving. You're welcome to do the same or to have your legs anywhere that is comfortable for you. Beautiful. I love seeing all the options, you guys. This time we're going to plant the hand on the right side, coming to the mat or to a block. Maybe setting up for the other hand. And when we're ready, we're going to bring the right hand sweeping up, bending into the right side of the body. Beautiful. Left hand is reaching. Maybe even tilting the chin up to the ceiling again for a heart opener. And exhale, coming to the diagonal, across the right knee. Hand can come to the floor or to a block. Inhale, rising up. Left hand comes up all the way up towards the ceiling. Right hand stays down. We're reaching tall. Beautiful. Exhale, twist. Left hand comes on top of the right knee. Again, maybe each inhale draws you a little bit more towards the ceiling, and maybe each exhale draws you a little bit more into your twist. Inhale back through center. Beautiful. Raising both hands up. Reaching tall up towards the ceiling while dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Deep breath in, and with our exhale, we're going to come forward again, painting those hands onto the ground. Just really relaxing into it. Maybe even allowing the elbows to relax down onto the floor. Wherever you are in this pose is a good place to be. Inhale, rising up. Beautiful, you guys. All right, let's take a minute and send the feet straight out in front of us. Beautiful. We're going to do a few things sitting with our legs stretched out in front of us because it activates different things in our hips and in our back. Starting off, we're going to do a few neck stretches. So left hand comes onto the floor, right hand comes on the top of the head. Beautiful. And we're going to gently drop the right ear towards the shoulder. Maybe while you're here, just noticing how sitting in this posture changes the way that your body is holding itself and supporting itself. Inhale, rising up. We're going to turn our head to a 45-degree angle and then allow the head to drop. Again, we're not pulling down, we're just guiding. Inhale, rising up. Beautiful. Give your shoulders a little roll. Inhaling them up and back. Exhaling down and forward. Beautiful. One last one. Nice. Then we're going to put the right hand on the floor. Left hand comes to the top of the head. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Maybe checking in to see if this side of the body feels any different. Inhaling through center. Turn the head to a 45-degree angle and let the chin drop. Inhaling through center and allow both hands to come to the mat. While both of our hands are on the mat, turn them to face the front towards your toes. We're going to stretch up to the ceiling. Beautiful. Feeling the activation that happens when you press through the palms of your hands. And again, you might need some blocks here for that full sensation. Just feeling the way that the body is acting when the upper body is moving in this way. And then raising the arms up overhead and allowing them to fold forward. Maybe your hands come to the tops of your legs. Maybe they come to blocks that are nearby. Wherever they are, it's good to be, as long as we're not pushing down directly on our knees. We can be before them, after them. Beautiful. Well done, you guys. Inhale, rising up. Go ahead and bring the left foot in to the side. The right foot. Bring your right foot up, whichever foot you have. We're bringing it up and we're putting it into the other thigh. I have my right foot up, going into left thigh. And then we're going to inhale, rising up. Exhale, folding forward. Just noticing and checking in if that changes the fold at all. Inhale, rising up. Bring the bent leg so that the foot comes either on the inside of the leg, just standing up so you can hug your knee to your chest, or maybe it comes on the other side. They're both great places to be. Taking a minute to just rock back and forth a little bit, feel those sits bones on the floor, just massaging them in. And then when you're ready, hooking the knee with your opposite elbow, right hand plants behind for a twist. And if this doesn't quite feel right, hugging the knee, you can always come on the inside of the knee with your left arm. Both are great places. Maybe each inhale draws you a little more up, and each exhale draws you a little deeper. With your next inhale, release, coming back to the front of the room, releasing the leg that you're holding, maybe even just walking out your knees a little bit. Beautiful. Then we're going to bring the opposite foot up to meet the inside thigh. Inhale, stretching up. Exhale, folding forward. Again, maybe this side of the body needs something different than the other side. Maybe this side, you just would feel really good using blocks. Maybe this side would feel really good on the thigh. Checking in. Inhale, rising up. Beautiful. Go ahead and hug the bent knee up to your chest. And just take a minute to just enjoy that feeling of having it up. Noticing any tightness that might be there, rocking the hips back and forth a little. Beautiful. And then you're welcome to stay here, or you can bring that foot over the leg, hooking the top of the knee with the opposite elbow. And then allow your next exhale to guide you into the stretch, twisting towards the back of the room or the side of the room, wherever your twist is taking you today. The hand that's on the back of the floor behind you or to the side of you can be tented if it doesn't come flat on the floor, or you're welcome to have a block back there. Allow your next inhale to bring you back through center. Beautiful. And release the leg. Maybe giving them a little bounce. Nice. Bring both feet together in front of you. Coming up wherever they land. You're just drawing them in closer towards you. We're coming in for butterfly. If you would like, you can have a still butterfly and have some blocks underneath your knees. Or you can just have a moving butterfly that we allow to flutter a little bit. Whatever your body is asking for today, whether it's movement or stillness, we're going to stay here for 3 breaths. Thinking about that beautiful long line from the hips going all the way up through the top of the head. Beautiful, and release. Bringing both knees together and allowing them to fall to the side. We're going to come to our hands and knees. Beautiful. Go ahead and send your hips back for our first child's pose of the day. Knees can be together or wide. Wherever you are, just checking in with those toes, making sure the toes are together behind you. If child's pose feels too intense of a sensation, you can always put a blanket, a folded blanket, between your hips and your thighs, or you can sit on a block underneath here, underneath your bum. And then whatever you're needing, just falling forward. Maybe playing a little game of walking one hand a little farther and then the other one. Allow your next inhale to bring you up slightly, but just enough to walk our hands out to the right side, coming off the mat a little bit for a side stretch, and then melting back in. Maybe your one hand grabs the top of the other to go a little deeper, or even the wrist. Inhale, walking the hands back through center and then over to the other side of the mat. And exhale, release, falling in. Inhale back through center. Fold in one last time. You're also welcome to come back to this spot at any time. Inhale, coming up into tabletop. We're going to make our way to a standing position. So however you'd like to arrive there is fine. You can take your downward facing dog by tucking your toes and sending your heels up into the air. Maybe even stopping here a moment to pedal out your heels, grounding through the hands, making sure that we're swiveling our elbow creases towards the front of the room. Or you can take your time to walk your feet up, however you would like to, stepping one at a time. Maybe you came from tabletop and you're stepping up to the top of your mat. However you arrive, we're going to meet in a forward fold at the top of the mat. Generous bend in the knees. Maybe you take a minute to grab your elbows and allow the head to hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up to stand, bringing the arms up towards the ceiling. Inhaling deeply. And exhale, hands to heart center. Woo! And if that made you very dizzy, just take a minute to get into your space again. We're going to come in for a balancing pose. We're going to do tree today, and we're just going to play with it and be compassionate and meet our bodies where they are. And if the compassionate thing today is to hold onto a wall, I encourage you to do that. Wherever you are, starting to play with lifting the right heel off the floor. Beautiful. And then maybe we start to bring it to the calves, the side of the lower leg. Hands can be strong and out to the center, opening the heart. They can be in together at your chest, wherever is helpful for you today. Beautiful. And when we're here, just thinking about the four corners of the feet and about grounding them into the mat. Maybe even seeing what happens if we play with raising the big toe that's grounded, seeing if that changes it. Beautiful. The foot can be high, the foot can be at the calf, wherever you are, just avoiding that knee. Beautiful, you guys. Breathing deeply. One more breath here. And exhale, release. Go ahead and give that left foot a little bit of love for all the strength and grounding it just did. Beautiful. We're going to switch sides. This time planting the right foot. We're going to start playing with lifting the left heel off the ground. Again, hands can be open at the side, opening the chest, stretching up through the top of the head, or they can be at heart center. And then maybe the foot comes to the calf, the side of the lower leg. Beautiful. Finding a still point to fix your eyes on. Thinking about grounding into the four corners of that right foot. Maybe you play with lifting the big toe. Maybe you play with drawing the toes and the heel closer together. Seeing how it changes the activation of your right foot. Seeing what feels good in your body. Beautiful. Again, your foot can be wherever it needs to be today. One more breath here. Exhale, release. Wonderful job, you guys. Give that right foot a little bit of love. And just notice how the legs feel different after that activation, after that strength building and stabilizing. Just maybe even rolling out your hip a little bit, making circles with your knee. Breathing deeply here. Beautiful. Switching sides. Well done, well done. Go ahead and inhale, stretching the hands up to the ceiling. Big full body stretch. Exhale, fold forward. And when we're here, plant the left hand in front of your face on the mat. Allow the left knee to bend. We're gonna bring our right hand up towards the ceiling. Twisting. Maybe gaze follows the right hand. Exhale, bringing that right hand back down in front of the face. Left hand comes up towards the ceiling. Right knee bends a little. They're both bent. The right knee is just bending a little bit more, maybe. Exhale, release. Just fold into this beautiful spine lengthening stretch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Go ahead and come all the way onto your knees, lowering yourself down to the mat. We're coming onto our backs. Beautiful. Then once you're here, just taking a minute, maybe walking the feet out mats width distance apart, maybe taking a minute to windshield wiper the knees back and forth. Just allowing that beautiful release. Go ahead and hug the knees into the chest. Maybe come into a happy baby. Hands come to the feet. Maybe just rocking it back and forth. Your hands can also come to your calves. And then releasing the feet back to the floor. Go ahead and cross the right ankle over the left knee. We're just going to do a few last movements before Shavasana. Maybe you grab the left thigh and draw it in a little closer to yourself. And then maybe you allow that right knee to come closer to your left knee before you drop them over to the left for a twist. Or maybe you bring both knees together, hugging them into your chest and then dropping them to the side for a twist. With your next inhale, bring both knees back up, feet plant on the floor. We're going to cross the left ankle over the right knee. And then maybe you stay here, or maybe you draw that leg a little closer by pulling your right thigh closer to your chest. And then maybe you allow that left knee to slide close to that left knee before you drop it over to the side. Or maybe you undo the twist and hug both knees into your chest before you drop them to the right. Opposite arm is stretched out long beside you, or it can be in goalpost arms. Gaze is following the left hand. And release, coming to unwind. Go ahead and take any last movements you need today before your Shavasana. Maybe you take a full body stretch. Maybe you flex your toes and rock on your heels back and forth. Maybe you point them while you're stretching. Anything else your body needs, go ahead and take that now. Grab any props that you'd like to use. Maybe you want to have your pillow or your bolster underneath your knees. We're going to have a 5-minute long Shavasana, and I'll be here to guide you out. Maybe while you're in this Shavasana, allowing the shoulders to drop away from the ears. Maybe even inviting in a gentle body scan from the top of the head, down through the face, the cheekbones, the jaw, the back of the head, the neck, the tops of the shoulders, the torso, the hips, the thighs, the knees, the calves, the ankles, the feet. Inviting in rest and comfort. as you'd like. But if the rest of the day is calling you, maybe you turn over onto one side and take a minute there. Maybe you move your toes back and forth a little. Maybe you start to invite movement back into your fingers before eventually pushing yourself up on one side and coming slowly and gently to a seat. Thank you guys so much for joining me today and for taking this time for your bodies, mind, and soul. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next.